We should be live here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, world. Yeah. So Blink.
Yes,
Uh,
what's up, Lemon Pops?
how are you, man?
Doing good, doing good. You were just on my stream earlier. I was watching the Hard Drop Open tournament going on. So yeah,
Yeah, that was
other than that, pretty
awesome.
good day. It's a chill Sunday.
I've seen you guys play. I saw a competition. I think it was between you and Wumbo like a week or two ago.
Right, same tournament, same tournament.
Is it
Wumbo actually, yeah, he got eliminated this morning from lower bracket, and
really?
Firestorm, yeah, Firestorm, who's still in the tournament, is one of the finalists that was playing against QMK Cloak. So those two are still going at it right.
I gotcha. Yeah. So Oh, let me. Yeah. Okay, we should be good. Sorry. Uh. Yeah, so Wumbo got eliminated. Like I've been watching his stream too, and that guy is phenomenal at Tetris.
He is a very strong, talented Tetris player. I remember when he burst onto the scene, like I want to say 3, 4 years ago. He's been around the competitive Tetris scene about 4 years now.
Four
And yeah,
years? That's
at the
it?
start, maybe longer than 4 years. I actually don't know his very first like start date, but yeah, he's been blowing up on Twitch lately. It's really happy for him. But yeah, he's a veteran of the competitive Tetris scene. But in terms of getting eliminated today, the person he was facing, Firestorm, is much stronger APM wise, and APM meaning attacks per minute, and just speed wise, it was like he was outmatched today.
Yeah, yeah, I was noticing that. One of those games, I think it was the Cultris. Cultris was the one. Yeah, it actually showed the
Yes.
actions per minute on there. That was really cool.
Yeah, Tetris is it's a lot different than a lot of the official Tetris games that people are used to. Tetris is a fan-made Tetris game. Uh, I want to say that game's close to like 6, 7 years old now, but
Hmm.
it's a lot different because it doesn't reward like T spins. It doesn't. It's mainly focused on good down stacking, so good digging through your garbage and high speeds and combos. So, yeah, a lot of people don't know there's a ton of different versions, different variants of Tetris, and each one kind of rewards different skill sets.
I see. Yeah, and that was something I was noticing too, as they were switching between the games today during the tournament. It seemed like they had different rules or different like scoring systems for each one. Like it seemed like what was that last one they were playing? It looked like every time they got to the top of the stack, it just like start a new level over with like.
Oh yeah, okay. So that game is called Worldwide Combos. That's a game made by one of our members called Null Nadal,
Okay.
and the thing with that one is it's a timer based game. So three minute rounds, and pretty much your objective for each round is to KO your opponent as many times as possible in those 3 minutes.
I see.
So when you see them reach the top, usually they lose, right? But in that game, instead of losing, they start back with an empty field and keep going until the 3 minutes is up. So it's timer based rather than
Oh,
kill
okay. So
based.
it's based on yeah how many KOs you can get in 3 minutes.
Yes, that is correct.
Huh.
And if both players have the same amount of KOs in those 3 minutes, then it's whoever sent the most lines after that.
So
So
what's
that would
what's the
determine.
most popular version of Tetris? Like which one do people compete on? Like the
Okay,
most?
so over the years, there's been different versions that are like the new popular version of Tetris to
Hmm.
compete on. Right now, it seems like the most popular two games are the original NES Tetris, so the classic NES Tetris. So I don't know if you've seen competitions called CTWC, so Classic Tetris Worldwide Championship, but it's like two players head to head playing on NES Tetris, seeing who can score the most points, and
Okay.
then they start at the same time, and the person who scores the most points wins that round. So that one's very popular. And then the other popular version right now, I'm sure you heard of, is Tetris 99, which
Yeah.
everyone's streaming on Twitch these days.
That one
Because
blew up.
yeah, that one is the new hotness. It just came out. It was announced on Nintendo Direct, free
Hmm.
game. So yeah, everyone's playing that, and it's getting a lot of exposure to Tetris that from players who normally would not have given the game a chance or even watched it.
Yeah. Do you feel
So
like it's
those are
going
the
to
two
help
being competed on.
grow the community? Do you feel like this is going to be a good thing for Tetris as a whole and competitive Tetris?
For sure, because before on Twitch, people weren't really even watching Tetris. Before Tetris 99, it was Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is very heavily. Now that game I love. That game I think is a really good one for competitive 1v1 because Tetris 99 is just free for all game, right? So like everyone
Right, right.
starts and it's just whoever gets the most KOs that
Little
win. And
RNG in there, I feel like.
yeah, there's a lot of RNG involved. The garbage is a lot safer, a lot cleaner. But
Safer and cleaner in what way? Sorry to interrupt, but
uh, no, no
I'm
worries.
curious.
Safer and cleaner in the sense that when you get lines added to your field, a lot of times it's in the same column, so you could just send a Tetris back.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I had noticed that. Yeah.
so sometimes when people are sending you lines, it actually helps you. So you want to accept the lines and then send it right back to them as damage, right?
I gotcha.
But in Puyo Puyo Tetris, a lot of times when you're receiving like a T-spin double or a Tetris garbage, it's gonna be messy. It comes into your field messy, so you have to learn how to deal with that. You have to learn more things like timing your attacks, so that if instead of receiving those lines, you want to counter them,
Hmm.
and just a lot more foresight I feel is involved in Puyo Puyo Tetris. So I think that was a really good competitive version of Tetris. It's just it didn't get that much exposure on Twitch. Like people weren't really watching it. I think if your stream was getting 100 viewers plus, you were doing really good on Puyo Puyo Tetris.
And
But
how long have you
now,
been streaming Tetris?
so I've I've been streaming pretty regularly for the past uh year two a year and a half around there,
Hmm.
around a year and a half now. Yeah, I'm starting to reach subs who have been subs for like 16, 17 months. So that's about
Nice.
when I started streaming regularly. But I did stream a long time ago when I started the HardDrop community. The HardDrop community is now we're reaching 10 years old
10
come June.
years. Wow.
Yeah, 10 years. Hey, Chicken Walker, by the way, on your chat, Lemon Pops. But yeah, we're reaching 10 years now, and what was I gonna say? What were we talking about? Sorry about
Oh,
that.
10 years on the hard drop community. And
Oh yeah. So I used to stream a little bit on live stream and Ustream when those were big.
oh, gotcha.
So because we used to do tournaments
I
back
remember
then too. So it's
Ustream.
kind of
Holy crap. I've thought of Ustream in forever. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
yeah. Ustream was the first one that I used. I went
Really?
from Ustream to live stream, but even before Ustream, I think it was Justin TV. Justin TV was
Yeah.
like one of the first ones, but I never used that one. I started using around Ustream times. So what you were seeing today in the tournament on the Hard Drop channel was
Hmm.
kind of what we were doing back then on Ustream, which was commentating of matches, tournaments, things like that. So it wasn't really much of my personal streams.
I gotcha. Yeah, and what is the commentating scene like in Tetris? Because that was one of the reasons that I got so fascinated with Tetris recently. I've always loved Tetris, and I told you that story about when I was a kid. But yeah, I've been getting into commentating, and I was wondering, like, is there a scene for that? Like, do you guys do tournaments
Like
that are commentated?
so right now we're just whoever volunteers from the community can commentate on the matches. Like if we lots of times we have a lack of commentators for our matches and tournaments.
I
There's not
see.
really a scene. There's not like people training hard at it. It's just whoever wants to volunteer their time can help out. I don't. I mean, in the come like in maybe in a couple of months, if there is a new competitive game, then there might be a demand for commentators for on like a competitive level.
I gotcha.
But yeah. But as of right now, there's not really a competitive like not really a competitive scene in terms of like live tournaments and things like that that would require so many commentators.
Gotcha.
So as of right now, it's pretty much just the volunteers.
So, what do you think it would take to make Tetris a popular game nowadays? Like to really bring it to the
So
forefront?
well, honestly, I think Tetris 99 did a really good job with that. Tetris
Yeah.
99 brought Tetris into a lot of people's eyes who were not watching it before. But I think the next step from this is to build upon the success of Tetris 99 and all the players that it brought in, and
Okay.
then build upon that and come out with a competitive game. I think that Tetris 99 is not
Not going to be
based
the
on
one.
being like a yeah, it's not the tournament competitive like beautiful looking game, but it's the one that got people interested into Tetris again and watching it on live streams. So now just build upon that and transition into a beautiful looking spec a game with spectator mode that's geared around the 1v1 for tournaments, and I think that that would be a recipe for success for Tetris.
Yeah, that's that was going to be my next question. Is like, what would go into an ideal Tetris game?
An ideal Tetris game.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Like, would it?
for everyone, that's different. Like everyone has their own like opinions on what Tetris should be. Like there's players who really hate T-spins.
Hmm.
Like there's some of the old school purists who come from like NES Tetris, and they want to keep it like that, where it's just marathon score mode and
Yeah.
not versus mode.
Which do you
For
prefer?
me, I love versus mode.
Do
Versus
you?
mode is, yeah, the first Tetris game I ever played was a versus mode game, and that's what hooked me onto Tetris, which was a game called Tetranet. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
I
it's been
haven't.
out since
No.
like okay, so it's a fan-made Tetris game, fan-made game by made by one person, but it was one of the first like successful multiplayer Tetris games, and it withstood the test of time. It's still pretty fun today, and a lot of the features in that game were very innovative. So it had like you could custom themings, it had like a chat lobby, a lot of stuff that's even missing today with like socializing within the game that I thought
Really?
was missing. Yeah, because like Puyo
That
Puyo
sounds pretty
Tetris, you can
complete. I mean,
yeah, yeah. Back then it was I would say it's more complete than it's better than some games that still come out today. For example, like I always bring this up, but Tetris Ultimate was pretty much a disaster when it came to like modern Tetris games.
was
And
it?
that one came out, yeah, that one came out in 2014 by Ubisoft,
Oh,
and that
okay.
game had no socializing aspects to it. The game would crash all the time. There's no way to 1v1 anyone.
Really? Oh
So
man.
yeah, it was just a free for all lobby, and let's say you wanted to play with a friend, you couldn't even do that. You couldn't customize your controls.
Well,
It
it
was a
sounds like
mess.
some features that are missing from Tetris 99 though as well. I mean, is there like a friends list system on Tetris 99 or a 1v1 mode?
You're absolutely true. There's no friends list. No, you can't really. You could just tell people queue up at the same time and hope that you
Yeah,
guys are in the
Q
same game.
sniping.
But it is missing that. Yeah, queue sniping. There's no custom controls on that one either, which is a complaint for some people. Some people are fine with it.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why I think Tetris 99 is not the one that's gonna push Tetris into being an esport.
Gotcha. Hard drop. Hard drop. You're raiding me right now, man.
Oh, dude, what's up? Welcome, guys. Hey, guys. Yeah, these are people from the HardDrop channel who are watching the HardDrop tournament we were watching earlier. It looks like it just finished. Don't tell me. Oh, QMK won. I was gonna say don't tell me who won, but
There it is.
QMK
Already
won.
spoiled, man.
All right, the champ, the champ. Okay, I gotta watch that replay later.
I'm gonna have to check
Yeah,
out the
that
rest of
was
it
an
too.
intense match. It went to the final game of the final set. So Firestorm actually came from the lower bracket finals, and
Hmm.
he had to beat QMK twice in order to win.
Oh,
He
that's
beat him
brutal,
once.
man. I've been there.
That is
I've been
brutal.
there.
Oh yeah, for which game?
I play. I used to play pool semi-professionally. So
Holy crap!
yeah, I made like 25,000 a year playing pool, basically, just doing tournaments. So
Were you sponsored?
no, I wasn't sponsored even. I was just
That's pretty
just
cool.
playing. Yeah, a lot of gambling, man. A lot of long hours and late nights at bars and stuff like that. But
Sounds like hustling,
That-
sandbagging.
that was it, man. But like that's the thing is like you get to a certain point in skill level with pool, like there's no point in sandbagging. Like you just tell people you're the best and they
And
they want to
they come
dispute it.
challenge you.
Yeah, they want to dispute
Oh,
that,
okay,
man.
yeah.
You know how it is. You're one of the best out there.
I remember those type of challenges back in the day. I'm no longer one of the best. I feel like there's plenty of people who have surpassed me over the years. But yeah, back then I definitely know what you're talking
Yeah, I mean, in my eyes, man, at least among streamers on Twitch, like you and Wumbo are like right on par with each other, and you guys are just both phenomenal Tetris players.
about. I appreciate it.
So for all you guys joining us out here, we got Blink on. Of course, you guys I'm sure recognize the voice. We're doing an interview with him here today. I don't know a whole lot about Tetris, and he's helping fill me in here. I'm like your casual Tetris fan. Like since I was a kid, I've loved Tetris, but I've never like really played it. You know. Just always like the idea, the puzzle, the block stacking, and maybe it was an OCD thing for me. Just like
Hey, it
Cleaning
very well
it.
could be. I think it was for me too.
yeah, it's just so satisfying, and just to watch it is satisfying. You know.
Just organizing of the shapes is
Yeah.
something soothing about it. Something I've mentioned it on stream before, but I feel like there's something therapeutic about just watching the shapes drop. It's very calming, and then especially if you're just listening to music you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
After like a long day, you just relax and just drop pieces and watch the lines clear.
Right. And I love it. I love it even on Twitch. Like I'm sure for you, it's like a Zen thing, because that's kind of how it got for me at pool. Like when you're shooting a ball on the table, you're just in the zone, and like everything else is gone. And is it like that for you with Tetris?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like maybe one of the reasons Tetris has been like one of those games I never like fully gave up. I always come back to it is because it's just a good way to de-stress, escape problems, that type of thing.
I see that. I could totally see that. Yeah, a little escape there, and especially when you can get good at it, it's very satisfying to succeed, and to make those spins. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to get into some stuff that your community may find boring at this point, but the basics, man, like how do you do it so fast? I literally can't even see the pieces coming down, and you guys have already set two more. Like, how do you do it so
Uh,
fast?
that's hard to explain. It really does just come from playing a lot and practice. It's just experience. As you play, you'll get faster just naturally. If you push yourself for speed, you start recognizing like your brain kind of adjusts and starts seeing the shapes, and it's no longer just a blur.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put this here. Like you start making use of your next pieces that you see out of the side of your eye, so your peripheral vision. You can see what pieces are coming, and that way, as you're placing your current piece, you already know where you're gonna place your next pieces, and that's why the delay is less, and you can go quicker.
I see. So you're looking at the entire column there of the pieces in the row. Like you're not just looking at the next piece coming. You're looking at that whole thing.
So I know a lot of people look at the whole thing, which is
Hmm.
about depending on the game. There could be five there or seven next pieces. I
Okay,
probably look at the next three or four, to be honest.
I
But
gotcha.
some people can use the entire thing. Yeah, for myself, I use like three or four. Some people just use one
Hmm.
or two. Yeah, so it depends on the player.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And in terms of different strategies, I've noticed that watching, I think it was Hebo and you and Wumbo, you guys each have a different way of approaching the game. Like I see just a few different maneuver. Like I wouldn't know what they're called, but I see you guys do things slightly differently in the way you upstack and downstack and like set up T spins and things like that. Is there like one universal way that is most recognized, or is this just something you guys each developed individually over time, or like
I are you talking about during the Tetris 99 KO race thing or?
I think that yeah, like really just watching your guys' streams individually, but watching Tetris 99 specifically, I've noticed that you guys tend to have like you'll set up T spins in a certain way, but like he'll like Wumbo specifically, he'll set them up against the edges or something like that. Like I can't explain. I have to like show you an example, but he does it slightly differently. I've noticed that the
Yeah,
L3 you do.
that's one of the good things about Tetris. I don't think there is a right or wrong way to play it, and everybody has their own type of styles. That some players are a lot more aggressive than others. They stack up really high, and they like to play near the top of the field, do T spins up there. I tend to um, move towards a lot of back to back, so Tetrises and T spin doubles. Those are what I typically go for. I feel like Hebelmai, he would normally stack with maybe the gap on the side and do T spins over there because he's been playing a lot of Tetris Grandmaster series, which is high gravity. But yeah,
Okay.
actually Hebel's long time one of the legends of the Japanese Tetris community.
Oh,
For
is he?
those who don't know, yeah.
Okay.
Ever since I want to say like 2008, 2009, he's been around. He's been a good leader for them. And then when I mentioned when Wumble burst onto the scene in around I want to say 4 or 5 years ago,
Hmm.
he I think he was mainly known for his four wide at the start. At the start, that was what he was using. So four wide is a technique where
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
you stack for you stack your field in a way where there's a four column gap where you can just with every single consecutive piece you increment your combo. And what the benefit of that is that combos are extremely powerful in modern Tetris games.
Okay.
And so when he first came onto the scene, that was his like specialty. That's what he was uh, using to in order to get wins. And then from there, he expanded his skill set to other aspects of his game, so that he was more like well-rounded overall skilled player.
I see. So how many hours do you think it takes to get to a high level of skill at Tetris?
Um, I put in a lot of hours, but to be honest, it depends on the person. Some players peak out early. Like some players in their first year, they reach the absolute best that they'll ever be, and then they start deteriorating from that. So it really depends on the player. There's players like Amamaya, who is widely known as the world's best modern Tetris, especially on especially on console, and
Hmm.
he's only been playing. I want to say like 3 years or something like that, and he has beaten players who have been playing for 10 years, 10, 15 years. So,
Wow.
uh, yeah, some players peak earlier than others. Others improve faster than others as well. Some might peak late, or some might all of a sudden be stuck for several years and then suddenly make a breakthrough.
Hmm.
And honestly, I feel like QMK, the person who just won this tournament, he might be one of those players where, for the longest, for several years, he was known as a very solid one of the top players.
Hmm.
But now he's like like this late in the game, he suddenly huge improvement, got a lot faster too. And maybe I just didn't see it because I haven't seen him playing that much lately. But he's one of those players who kind of inspired me because he's improved so much this late into the like he's still learning a lot.
Yeah.
Even though he's played for so long.
That's amazing. It's always amazing to see somebody, and like really, it's got to come down to practice, like the training routine, like FYZL, I believe it is here in chat. Like he said, depends on how you fizzle. Yeah, fizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on how you practice. Yeah, I think. I think that comes in a lot on this. What do you think?
For sure, because if let's say you're practicing 10 hours a day, right? But you're practicing the wrong habits, then it could actually hurt you instead of help you.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure you're practicing the right things also. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's anything about like a certain how many hours does it take a day, but rather what is the quality of your practice, and are you focusing on the right things? And yeah, and even after those two things, like everyone improves at a different rate and everyone peaks at a different time.
So what are the best ways to improve yourself as a new Tetris player? Like what are there certain programs you can use, or is it just go out and play or practice, solo mode, or what do you think?
So Tetris is one of those games, there's a lot of different aspects of the game that you want to improve. So it depends on what you're trying to improve, but there are programs that are very customizable, one of them being like Nopomino, which is a fan-made Tetris game that is very customizable.
Mm-hmm.
You can change the rule sets, you can change like the sensitivity settings, you can change a lot of things on it where you can sort of tailor it into what type of improvement you're looking for. So if you're trying to practice down stacking, you can play like dig mode on that. If you're trying to practice 20G gravity, there's the
20G gravity.
20G
that sounds intense.
It's when you start the game and the pieces spawn all the way at the bottom of the field already, and you have to react to
oh my god!
Before it locks in, so there's no like fall speed. The pieces are at the bottom when they spawn.
So you're Goku, is what you're telling me. You go into a 100G chamber and you practice till you're the strongest. I got you.
This is around SSJ1 Goku. That's what that is.
Oh my god! All right, we got a Super Saiyan on our stream. Excellent. I love it. Yeah. So let's see here. FKP, thank you for that follow, dude. And Hero One, thank you as well, man. Ozasu, welcome in. King and Sins. Everybody else I haven't said hi to from my group. And of course, all the new people coming in. Yeah, it's good to have you here tonight. This has been interesting so far because I really don't know a whole lot about Tetris, but let's talk about you. So you're from San Diego.
Yes, I'm from San Diego, SoCal.
Got your bachelor's in your entire life? Always lived in SoCal?
Yeah, I was born and raised here.
That's interesting. I only find that interesting because so many people move around a lot. Like me personally, I've lived in like 5 or 6 different states before I was like, I don't know, 15.
So I have moved around a lot. I moved probably like 7, 8 times in my life, but it's always further south in California. So
just further south. You're heading to Mexico, trying to escape?
I'm pretty much like 15 minutes away from Mexico now. So.
Get me out of here! I get it, man. And you got your bachelor's in computer science. You're going for your master's in computer science. So what do you plan on doing with that?
Pretty much I'm already working at a tech company right now. I'm working at Google in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
But with the master's degree, that's more for myself. Like it's a personal goal of mine rather than anything career-wise. It's something that I've always wanted. It could be why I'm not in such a huge rush to get it. I'm just taking like one class at a time.
I got you.
During an online program for Georgia Tech. So yeah, that's just something I'm going for. If it takes me another 2 years, then I'm okay with it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like 2 years to finish a master's degree is not unheard of anyway. So.
Well, that's counting 2 years that I'm already in. So
gotcha.
4 years.
As long as it's getting done.
At a time.
So what are you doing for Google? Says here.
I currently work on their Android team. I'm working on their Android team, supporting their infrastructure for their testing. So it's a lot of like server administration work and hardware related work
Okay.
to keep their systems up.
Do you get to see anything cool, like behind the scenes
I
tech?
get to see the unreleased Pixel devices.
Oh, very cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
that's what we're testing on.
That is amazing. What? So like, oh, you probably can't talk about it. I know you can't.
Yes,
talk
I
about
can.
it.
Yeah, so that's all I can pretty much say about
Oh
it.
my god. Okay, I know. All right. All right. So let's move on then. You've been playing Tetris for 15 years. I'm sorry. You slipped something like that.
You trying to get me fired?
I'm not trying to get you fired. I'm just saying, it'd be cool to know. I get it. No, I had my top secret security clearance while I was in the military too. So like, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah.
Wait, so what about you? Like, your viewers already know about you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never
They
mind.
should, I hope. Yours probably don't. I mean, like, what do you want to know?
Well, just about your military background, things like that.
Yeah.
This is also my first time talking to you too, so.
That's true. That's true. And that's why I like to keep this conversational. So that's fine. Yeah, I was in the military for 7 years. I was in the National Guard for 7 years. And I did 4 of it active. So I mostly did human resources in the military.
Very nice.
Yeah. Started out as
When'd you finish?
I got out as an E5. I got out as a sergeant.
Oh no, I'm saying so. When were you all done? When was it?
When? Oh, I'm sorry. I got out in 2011. It was 2011 I got out. So I was in 2005 to late 2011. And yeah, it was just time. It was time to do something different with my life. I just gone through the second divorce. Was not a good time in life. I was like, you know what? I need some changes, man. I need some changes. So yeah.
Turned into a radio host star.
Yeah, that's honestly what led me to streaming, was the fact that I was going to a programming boot camp for PHP and HTML, like web development stuff. Mm-hmm. And I did that for 3 months, and I did like a 5-week internship. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start my own web development company. Like, I'd rather own my own business than work for somebody else. So
yeah.
Yeah, except for like one dude with 3 months experience does not have what it takes to just start your own web development company. Like, there's too many out there.
But the ambition is there, though. I tried the same thing. I tried to do my own startup too. It didn't really work out. Yeah, so that's why I went back into the workforce. But I gave it a year of my time. But I felt like it was the best time. I might regret if I didn't try.
Right? Exactly. And that's kind of what led me to streaming too. Because like I said, the pool background, I was hustling, I was making money off that, and I went into the programming thing. And then I was like, I play video games a lot. Like, why don't I just start streaming them? It's like really not much different than hustling anything else. Like, just be yourself and do what you enjoy and see what happens. And yeah.
So far, so good?
So far, so good. Haven't hit partner yet. It's been 3 years, but I've also taken a lot of breaks off. Shot myself in the foot. Casting last summer was a big thing. That almost got me partner.
Wait, what were you casting?
Rocket League. I was doing Rocket League tournaments, weekly cash Rocket League tournaments, and those were drawing a lot of viewers. So
are you still doing it, or why'd you stop?
I stopped because Rocket League broke their tournament spectating system. So you could no longer spectate games, and man, that just like killed me. I'm like, I can't do anything.
There goes that plan.
Exactly. So, viewership kind of dropped off after that. I went back down to like 25, 30 average. And, yeah, it happens. Like, that's the thing with streaming. Like, if it was all about like what the viewer count was, I wouldn't be doing it. It's because I enjoy it.
I understand completely. I mean, I started streaming more regularly about a year and a half ago. I think I told you at the start of the stream. Yeah, I was getting less than 10 viewers, so pretty much I was streaming because I enjoyed it too. I feel like a lot of these new streamers, they get all stressed out because they're not getting people to watch or things like that.
Right? So worried about affiliate, man. Like, you can't stress about affiliate. It's too soon to stress.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not enjoying what you're doing when there's not a ton of people watching, then yeah, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. I don't think they're gonna make it as a streamer anyways
Right?
if all they care about is the viewership, because then they'll be doing anything it takes for the viewership. I feel like they won't even be able to be themselves, and you can only
Yeah.
put up like an act for so long, right? It's better to just
Yeah.
be
And
yourself,
people
and
see through
people
that,
might.
man. After a couple
Yes,
months, like they see through
yeah.
that shit.
No, I agree with you completely. So that's one of the reasons why when I stream, I'm myself. I'm making sure that I enjoy what I'm doing, or that I'm playing what I feel like playing, not just playing whatever.
What gets the most views?
Uh,
Yeah.
what? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, same thing. Like last night, I played Kerbal Space Program because I love Kerbal Space Program. I know it doesn't get me as many views, but man, like I love Kerbal. And plus, when I'm playing like chill games like that, I get more of a chance to like talk and connect to chat, you know, so you get a little more personal time when you're not like stressed and focused over a game.
Exactly. Like streaming and gaming, that's for like the to relax after a long day. You don't want to be all stressed out during that part too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I feel like a lot of people think that streamers just say that, like they just, I don't care about viewers, but they really do. It like really, I gotta stress that, man. And I'm sure you agree with me. Like you really have to not care about that. Like that has to not be a
Yes.
focus. Because if you're worried about that at all, like then you're not having a good time. And
Yes.
that's
And
the
then you're
thing that
gonna
gets the viewers. So
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, viewers. If viewers see that you're having a good time, even though you're streaming something that maybe not like a lot of people watch, they'll come. They'll come eventually. It'll slowly grow.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you build a more genuine community that way too. Like you get people you get to know and connect with, you know, as opposed to like
Hmm.
people built off a fake personality or persona online.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, people flock towards like genuine people, and then it's easier to connect with people when they see you just being yourself.
So what other games do you stream then?
Right now I'm only streaming Tetris actually.
Only Tetris?
Some,
Okay, speaking of
yeah,
this, you know.
but there's so many different versions of Tetris. I stream so lately. I've been streaming some Tetris Effect
Mhm.
on the PS4. I've been trying to get into you've heard of Games Done Quick, right?
I have, yeah, yeah.
That charity event. I'm trying to get into that for Tetris Effect. Like I made a
Ooh.
submission last week,
How do you get in?
and well, you have to submit to for a speed run,
Mhm.
and then they review it, and like they have like a panel that decides whether or not they want to give you an allotted time slot for their event. But yeah,
I
it's not
see.
easy to get into. I think this year, I mean, this event had like 1,600 submissions, and
Oh
I'm just one of
man.
those submissions, so
How
it's
many
hard
how
to
many
get
are
in.
they going to actually run?
Oh, I have no idea how many submissions get accepted.
Jeez.
Uh, it depends on because some runs are like 6 hours.
Mhm.
Some runs are like 30 minutes. The one I submitted is like 40 minutes. So
Okay.
I hope this gets in. It was the only, from what I saw, it was the only Tetris Effect submission. So maybe there's a chance. But I really
Yeah.
want to get on that because not just the exposure, but it's also for good causes for like Doctors Without Borders, and just being able to show a lot of people what competitive Tetris looks like. That would be really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, crossing my fingers on that one.
I wish you the best of luck. When is that coming up?
So the event's in June, but they make their decisions on who gets in l- March 27th. So March 27th, I'll find out if I was selected or not.
Okay.
But
Pretty
if you
cool.
speedrun anything, you could definitely give it a try. Just no harm
I'm
in
not a
submitting.
speedrunner, man.
Okay.
Not at all. No, I had these fantasies. You ever play Getting Over It?
No, never played that. What is that?
Have you seen it? Oh my god.
Getting over it? Never even heard of it. What is
Yeah,
it?
Getting Over It was this game. It was a little indie game that came out last year, and you're basically a dude in a kettle, and you have a big hammer, and it's a hill climbing game. So
Oh, I have seen it.
you've
Okay, I've
seen
seen
it,
someone stream it where you could. Okay, so you can spend like half an hour climbing this hill, right?
or
And then you
6
fall
hours,
all the way
or
back.
7
Okay.
hours. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh
Yes,
my
I
god.
saw other popular streamer streaming it.
It's a really fun game, dude. I recommend it. But
Okay.
I beat it. It took me 11 hours to beat it the first time, and the second time it took me 50 minutes. And I think at the time to make like the top 100, you only needed like a 10-minute time. And I
Holy
was like,
crap.
dude, I think I could do this. And I tried for
Uh,
like 4 minutes. I'm like, nah, I'm not. This isn't happening. Like, I don't have the patience for this, dude. I
yeah.
I used to love playing hard games. I'd play God, what's it called? Well, Dark Souls for one. You ever play Dark Souls?
No, I have not, but I did hear about how difficult that game is.
Oh, it's
I've always
gloriously
been
difficult,
more of
man.
a multiplayer person rather than single player like RPGs or anything like that. I've always been into multiplayer games.
Yeah. Like, what other multiplayer games do you play?
Oh, I play like Overwatch, Counter Strike Go, Magic the Gathering Arena, League of Legends. What else do I play?
Oh, League of Legends. Oh my God, that
Yeah,
game
those
ate
those are about
years of
it.
my
Those are the
life.
games. 8 years? That took 8 years of your life?
It took 7 years of my life. It 8 years
Okay.
of my life. Sorry, eight like a consumed
What were you?
years.
What were you?
I
What was your
don't.
main?
I was a jungle main. I was a jungle main,
Jungle main.
and my point of pride after 7 years of play is I made top 1,000 Vi mains in the world. But
Oh
or
wow, nice, nice.
yeah, but the highest
What was your
rank
ranking?
I ever got was gold one. That was the highest I
Okay,
ever
okay.
got. So it was
I
pretty
pl-
bad.
I was a one trick AD carry main.
Were you?
AD
Who'd you
carry.
play?
I liked Ash,
A one
Graves,
trick
but this
Ash
is
main.
one trick Ash, and everybody hates Ash, so they're like, "Oh, stop trolling whenever I lock in Ash." But no, I was actually a pretty good Ash.
Yeah,
I reached Diamond 1 with Ash back in like season 2 through
Diamond
like season
one.
4.
Nice, man.
Diamond 1.
It seems to be a trend. I've noticed that with professional level gamers or really good gamers, they tend to be able to carry those skills across from game to game. Do you think that comes down to the mental aspects of what goes into being the better person at a game, like the type of training you would commit to?
I do think some things play a part. So things like maybe analyzing your opponent's mistakes or like being able to capitalize on a mistake. It might help with like timing. So timing your whenever you see your opponent slip up, you take advantage of it because you know you can.
I see.
Another thing could be you have good reflexes, and good reflexes carry over to a bunch of different skill-based games.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Diamond one in League and champion Tetris player. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
staring at this list. I mean, you've got first place at Tetranet 2, Tetra, or what is
that's
this?
so long ago. Yeah, you asked me for like a list of some of the tournaments that I've won over the years, but yeah, a lot of old tournaments though, old tournaments.
I gotcha. Well,
Probably
I
the
mean,
most recent one I
2016 is
won
not
was
that
like
old.
2016 for Tetris Ultimate, I believe, right? Tetris Ultimate.
CTWC?
Yeah, over at at CTWC, which is probably one of the largest live Tetris tournaments. It's primarily based around NES Tetris, but they do have side tournaments for like they had Tetris Ultimate and PS3 Tetris over the years.
I gotcha. So, what the first one you played? What was the name of the first Tetris you played?
Tetranet.
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 That was it. Okay.
Yes.
Was that on PC or
That
was
was
that
on a Windows system. Yes.
a Windows system? Like when you say it that way, like what was
Yeah,
a
PC.
Windows system?
Yeah, PC.
Well, I
PC.
mean, like what version of Windows?
I mean, I think it still even works on Windows 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works on Windows 10 even. So, but back then, what was it like Windows 2000, Windows
Windows
XP?
2000, way back in the
It's a
day.
really old game.
How old are you?
That game? I'm mid 30s.
Mid
I know I
30s?
don't sound like it. Yeah, mid 30s.
Oh, really? I was gonna guess like
Yes.
24. So I'm glad.
No.
I'm glad I
You
asked.
need to add quite a bit to that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 33, so you know, yeah. I figured.
Okay, I'm right about your age.
Right about my
Let's
age. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it looks like you're doing a lot more with your life than I am. I mean,
Why would you
graduate.
say that?
I mean, you're working on your master's degree. You work for Google, Tetris champion. You're doing good, man.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Okay, to decrease how impressive that would sound, I'm a contractor for Google. It's not like I work directly for Google.
Fair. Very, very humble man too. It seems. Oh, so yeah. Tetris 99. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, I would really like to see Tetris take off. And I'm hoping that doing some things like this, some crossovers with the other communities on Twitch will hopefully draw some more attention in this direction.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So tell me a bit about HardDrop community. How long's that been around?
So HardDrop is a community that started back in June of 2009. So that's when that was started. I started sort of to branch off from. At the time, there was only one other Tetris community that was really popular, which was called Tetris Concept. But primarily, Tetris Concept I felt was focused around the TGM series of the game, which is the 20G gravity arcade version of Tetris. And I
Okay.
felt like multiplayer versions of Tetris weren't getting enough attention or like tournaments or respect for the players.
Hmm.
So I felt like, hey, okay, why don't I just go ahead and create a community? Since I love this game so much, why not make a website for it, make a forum, and find other players who love this game as much as I do, and maybe we can help each other improve and become friends, that type of thing. So, uh, HardDrop is a community. Yeah, so I started that, and it's pretty much a community that will welcome Tetris fans of all different versions of Tetris, no matter what you play, and all different skill levels. So, because even good players, we've all been there where we were trying to improve, where we were not good before.
Oh, for
And
sure.
this is a great place to learn from.
Yeah, I went to your wiki, the Hard Drop wiki. Is that affiliated with you guys, or is that just another wiki?
Oh, HardDrop Wiki is hosted on the HardDrop website.
Okay,
I'm currently hosting it on the HardDrop server, but it is a community wiki, so it's not like I own it or anything like that.
gotcha.
It belongs to a community, and the content in it is contributed by the community. I do contribute some articles to it, but primarily other people.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, for the fact that it was able to flush out a wiki of that depth, because that's the first thing I noticed when I go to the wiki was I was like, oh my god, the amount of information on here. I was trying to like freshen myself up a little bit, like I might
Uh-huh.
I might learn a few terms or something before I have Blink on. Oh my
There's
god,
a
man.
glossary page.
Yeah,
Glossary
yeah.
right there.
700 words of term. I'm sitting here like, oh my god, there's like 900 words for T-spin, dude. I can't I can't
Uh,
do this.
I can see how that could be very overwhelming at the start, just trying to dig through that.
Yeah, I mean, like it was easy to read. I'm not like bashing the page or anything like that. Like, had I spent more time on it, I absolutely could have gleaned a lot of information out of there. But yeah, just having so much contributions, like the hard drop community has to be fair sized. Like, how big is your community?
So our Discord right now has 3,000 members on it.
Okay,
3,000 and something members. We just hit that pretty recently. Over
awesome.
the years, the website has about 9,000 members, but a lot of them have gone inactive over the years because the site has been up for about 10 years now.
Oh
There's players
yeah,
who quit after a year or two, things like that. And
gotcha.
real life happens to a lot of people, and they just don't have time to play games anymore. So,
Right.
I'd say in terms of active members, it would probably better to look at the Discord. So I'd probably say close to 1 to 2,000 active members.
That's pretty good size, man. That's
Yeah,
amazing that you built this. It's very very
I'm
impressive.
really proud of, yeah, out of all of my like accomplishment, whether it's like tournaments or anything like that, the biggest thing I'm proud of is actually the hard drop community, being able to grow that and pretty much provide a cool place for people to learn from and feel comfortable asking questions about Tetris.
That's amazing you've built that, man. Like what made you decide to start streaming Tetris like regularly?
So I started streaming regularly again about a year and a half ago, as I mentioned earlier. I just gave it a try because Puyo Puyo Tetris just came out, which is the it came out on PS4, I believe, and I was finding some really good people to play against, and it was really back and forth. The game was beautiful,
Mhm.
and I just had a ton of fun streaming that for a while. So I just kept it up. So why stop something that I enjoyed so much?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, cool, man. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had as far as questions were today. I'm tapped
That
out
went
here.
quick. That went so quick.
I
Lemon
know. It
Pops.
was only like 40 minutes. But
That's like
yeah,
it felt like 10 minutes.
I know. It did. It did. But we covered so much.
Yeah.
I think we covered pretty much everything.
Okay, so what happens now?
Now I awkwardly turn to chat and say, this is Blink. You guys should check him out. Let me drop a shout out in chat. Shout out,
And
hard.
yes, the viewers from
Whoops.
HardDrop, make sure you give Lemon Pops a follow too. Super down to earth, chill guy.
Not the first one, the second one there. Follow the Hard Drop community, join them, check out their website. Yeah, this guy's amazing and he's definitely worth checking out on Twitch.
Dude, I appreciate it, Lemon Pops. It was very nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you too, man. You have a great night.
Same to you.
Take care.
Have a good weekend.
You too. So yeah, that was that for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that podcast. That was my first esports guest here. You guys have been phenomenal sticking around for this. Alpine 68, Odd 10, Junk 13, Salted Bread, Fizzle. Thank you guys for the follows. HardDrop with the Twitch Prime sub too, man. You beautiful human being. You didn't have to do that, Blank. I appreciate that though, man. I really do. I really do. It was a great conversation with you tonight. I will also follow. Hey, all you guys who came out, I might even be playing Tetris myself later tonight on stream. So definitely keep an eye out, because my roommate's got a Switch. She's got Tetris 99. We have an Elgato in the house. I might just try it out and show you guys what an awful Tetris player I am. Oh my God, right? Yeah, we might do it. And if not, we'll do something else. But I am going to go ahead and end the stream here, and I'll be back here in about an hour and a half. Okay, guys? So if you want to catch more, I'll see you then. Careful of the 2020 Tetris champ, Lemon Pops. You guys don't even know. I have like 32 actions per minute, and I can make it to level 6 on classic Tetris. Okay, you guys all watch yourselves out there. I'm coming for you. All right. Yeah. So anyways, you guys take care. I'll see you here in a bit.